Little Uzi Vert watched the sun rise over the small rural town as he drove in on a rented Camaro convertible. He had picked it up late last night from the airport, and it was already turning into a scorcher of a day. He hadn't been back to this place in years, but it felt just as he remembered. The open fields, the rickety old wooden fences, the dilapidated houses, it was like stepping back in time. As he drove along the deserted roads, he felt a wave of nostalgia wash over him. He had grown up here, and this was the place that had shaped him. He had been a wild kid, full of restless energy, and he had always been desperate to leave. But now, as he looked around, he could see the beauty in the details. He could smell the sweet scent of the hay in the fields, and he could feel the warmth of the sun on his skin. He knew he was here for a reason. He had come to find himself, to find a new direction for his music. He was tired of playing the same old songs that he had sung for so long. He wanted something different, something new. He wanted to make music that would make people feel something, that would make them stop and think. He pulled up in front of Kid G's studio, an old gas station that had been converted into a recording studio. He got it out of the car and made his way inside, eager to meet the legendary producer. Kid G was one of the most respected names in rap, and he had produced some of the most influential albums of the last decade. Inside, the studio was alive with the energy of music. Lil Uzi Vert was in awe as he watched Kid G work his magic. He was a true master of his craft, and Lil Uzi had never seen anyone work with such intensity and focus. He watched as Kid G blended together samples and beats, creating something truly unique and fascinating. He knew right away that this was what he wanted to do. He wanted to make music that was raw and honest, that spoke to people and made them feel something. He wanted to make something that was real, something that was his own. Kid G welcomed Lil Uzi into the studio, and the two of them started working on a song. The song was called Heartbreaker Sunrise, and it was a tribute to the restless energy of youth and the beauty of finding one's own voice. As they worked, the two of them blended together their sounds, creating something truly special. With every track they added, the song grew more and more alive. The drums thumped, the synth soared, and the guitars chimed. It was a perfect mix of country twang and hip-hop energy, and it was unlike anything Lil Uzi had ever heard before. By the time the track was finished, the sun was setting on the small town. But as Lil Uzi looked out at the horizon, he felt something stirring inside him. He knew he had found his voice. He had found what he had been searching for. He had found his own sound, his own direction. He had found the start of his own version of Teenage Dream 2.